Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to episode 49 of the Tim Tebow Dynasty. In this episode, we take on the Detroit Lions as we look to continue our nice lead over everybody else in our division. Now, coming into the game, I, as Tim Tebow, have never played against Detroit or in the Ford Field, but me personally, as an individual, not Tebow, I have been to a game in Ford Field. I was there when Tom Brady came with the New England Patriots, and they destroyed the Lions in a nice Thanksgiving Day game. But back to this game. Today we're coming into the game with 3,738 passing yards and 6 games to go. So we're pretty close to breaking that 6,000 yards passing we're looking at. We have 38 passing touchdowns, 21 interceptions. So a little more interceptions than I like, but our passing touchdowns are great, yards good. Completion percentage, 76%. So we are on pace to break Drew Brees' record of 74.4% completion for the season. Now on the ground we have 1,259 rushing yards, and we're definitely going to break 2,000 if we keep up what we've been doing. And with that touchdown, Justin Blackmon now has 20 for the season. Randy Moss said the record was 23, so he'll only need 4 more to break it over the next 5 games in the rest of this one. So technically, like about 6 games, but he only needs 4 more to. I shouldn't have dove right there. He only needs 4 more to break Randy Moss's single season record for touchdowns. Yards, on the other hand, he came into the game with 1,254 with 6 games to go. He needs about 700 or so. So we still need over 100 yards per game over these last 6 games. Now in this game today, we are without Golden Tate and Zach Meow for the next 2 weeks. So I'm trying to get other guys involved in our passing game, like that play right there to our fullback who dropped the ball, because I am down to only 3 healthy wide receivers, with Justin Blackmon, Ace Sanders, and Dwayne Harris. Cotton Deacon gets a nice run right here for a good 5 yards. So even though I don't like running a lot, I'm going to have to this game just because of all the injuries to my wide receivers. And Detroit's defense, they have a pretty great defense on paper. They're coming into the game, I think, at 5-5. But they do have Michael Bennett, Ezekiel Ansah, and Ndamukong Suh on the defensive line. They also have Marvin Austin, who's an 89. I'm not really sure who that is. I'd have to look it up. But according to Madden, he's good. He's a real-life player. It's not somebody Madden created. But at linebacker is probably their biggest, where they have their biggest holes. They do have 2 decent linebackers in Stephen Tulloch and DeAndre Levy. And at corners, they have Chris Houston and Darius Slay. At free safety, they also have Glover Quinn. So again, on paper, the Detroit defense is one of the better ones in Madden right now. So you would think I wouldn't have a great game today. But again, I've been playing like the MVP for the 3rd straight season in a row. Even if I have a good game today, I should win my 3rd straight MVP this season. Because I kind of doubt I'm going to play bad the rest of the season. Especially after that speech I gave after week 1. And that touchdown was Jeff Cumberland's first of the season. And so far, he has a total of 3 catches. So, again, I don't really use my backup tight ends, but because of the injuries, I'm going to have to today. So for pretty good blocks, not going to risk fumbling it because, again, I have 9 fumbles this year. But in other news, I've mentioned a couple times that, again, I'm set to be a free agent after this season, and that there's multiple teams that could use my services. And if you guys want me to resign, I can. The Jaguars do have an offer on the table. I've yet to react to it. But Russell Wilson, he has now re-signed a 6-year, $74.5 million contract with the Seahawks, which is on average more than what the Jaguars offered me. And Andrew Luck has declined the Colts offer. So Andrew Luck, unless he gets franchise tagged, is set to be a free agent. So that guarantees at least one possible spot for me. But yeah, the Seahawks are no longer an option if you guys wanted me to go to Seattle. 4th and 9. We know I don't like kicking field goals, so we're going to go for it. I have a pretty good feeling about this. We do see our tight end wide open, and Lewis makes a catch and fumbles the ball. We had multiple fumbles last week against the Titans, so hopefully this week it's not the same, because that one fumble could lead to more. That's normally how Madden plays the game. But okay, it's going to be reviewed. Okay, let's take a look at it, because sometimes I don't understand this, because Madden, you can't tell there. Alright, so you can't really tell there either. The ball is definitely out at the end. But if I'm going by those replays, I'm going to call that a fumble, because it didn't look down at all. I don't get it, but alright, my ball then. So yeah, I'm going to try scoring again. And my offensive line gives up another sack. Was Bennett not blocked? And Bennett isn't even their starting defensive end, by the way. They have another defensive end who's supposedly rated better. But he's injured for this game, so luckily we have to verse Michael Bennett and Ezekiel Ansah on the edge. So yeah, we should be having a bad game. And that's Justin Blackmon's second touchdown of the game, which brings his total for the season to 21. So he only needs 3 more to break Randy Moss's single season record, with again 5 games after this week. And now all 3 of the defensive players on their defensive line that I mentioned now all have sacks. Again, my offensive line has slightly improved, but nowhere close to what I wanted them to be at this year. But I think no matter where I go, that's going to be the issue, unless I start calling more run plays and not as many pass plays. Cotton Deacon proving once again how versatile he is, getting involved in the passing game to pick up the first down. And we're at the 2-minute warning already in the first half. This first half is going to actually be a lot quicker than I was anticipating, because normally we turn the ball over at least once in the first half. But we're going to go try scoring one more time to go up 28-7 at halftime. Dwayne Harris was a nice addition in free agency. Like I've mentioned before, I was not expecting that. I don't know why he stopped after he caught the ball. He could have picked up a couple yards there. I was looking for Justin Blackmon on the left side, and they blitz and pick up another sack. So 2nd and 18. And I do have some good news. So, already in today's game, I've broken the record I set in Season 1 for rush yards by a quarterback in a season with 5 games to go. Season 1, I said it was 1,252 rushing yards. For this year, after this game, I already have 1,393 rushing yards. So, the record's broke. I've destroyed that record. We're looking for 2,000 rushing yards. We're pretty close. About 106, 107 per game. No, like 101 or so per game over the last 5 games. Wait, I'm not adding that right. We're close. And we take another sack. 3rd and 15 here. That looked like I was maybe injured, but I clearly am not. I know I don't have injuries turned off, so I don't know how he goes and never gets hurt. And we're back in the second half, up 28-7. So I don't want to get any injuries, so we're going to be calling a lot more run plays in the second half. It looked like he had the block there, and he ended up not having the block. I don't know, it was weird. He gets 5 yards. Jones, Drew, and Deacon are going to get some nice carries the second half.
Good job that time by the running back, getting down the field and picking up big yards. Lewis is shifted from tight end to a receiver in the slot.
And Justin Blackman wide open on the left side again. 130 yards today. I'm completing 95% of my throws. Like I said, on paper, this Lions team should be the best defense I've faced all season. They have multiple players rated 90 or above. They have multiple players rated 87. They got 3 more, so that's 6 guys right there as their starters. Then they got 3 more guys rated 80 or higher that I mentioned already. So 9 out of their 11 starters are rated 80 or above. So again, that's one of the better defenses I've played all season. I don't understand how I'm blowing them out like I am. I don't know if it's just something against the Lions, but I guess it's kind of expected just because of how poorly run the organization has been for the last 1,000 years. And as I'm saying that, it looks like they're about to finally make a stop because we have no healthy receivers. We got Steven Ridley playing wide receiver for us right now. And Jones Drew fails to pick up that first down. 4th and 1. We're going for it. Try to get those blocks again. They're not guarding that play. Why would you not guard the play I just called? Jones Drew picks up another 10 carries, 56 yards. Pretty good start to the game for him. About halfway through the third quarter. Trying to get him more carries, but stay healthy. Didn't get the coverage I liked. Tried scrambling. Didn't get the yards I wanted.
Mounting a serious drive. 2nd and goal from the 7. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown makes number 2 for Maurice Jones-Drew this season. Again, because of his injuries, he has not been very active. Our defense now gets involved in the scoring. I didn't delete one of our scores. Our defense or special teams scored a touchdown, which brings us to 42-7. late in the third quarter.
Lines up here. Hester's gonna secure the handoff.
Getting our fullback involved on the ground game just because we are trying to run out some of this clock. Again, I am not trying to set records this year in points scored, but I am trying to keep everybody healthy. I could have probably picked up a couple more yards there, but I also don't want to fumble because I have fumbled 9 times this year, which is quite a bit. And now Cotton Deacon is in at fullback, which is weird. Jones-Drew can't shake the last guy, and he gets hurt on that tackle. He will be out the rest of the game. Again, we will not be losing that bet to the coach this week, as we will continue our win streak, pushing it now to 11 games in a row. Again, I'm calling that kind of early because I highly doubt we lose this game. The Lions have put up 7 total points and given up 42.
Offense lines up here. 2nd and 8. Working that left side.
That was a bad throw. I should have thrown it a little earlier because the free safety Glover Quinn, one of their better defenders, read that perfectly. Makes a nice pick to go alongside his 12 tackles. And they're able to turn that into 3 points. Oh, man. I am feeling the pressure. This 32-point lead isn't enough in the fourth quarter.
He hung in there as long as he could, but the pressure made him get outside the pocket. And look at him. He's looking down the field for a pass. There's nothing there. Then he decides to scramble and look at the big yards he picks up.
Again, this is still when Matthew Stafford was a quarterback for the Lions. Recently traded to the Los Angeles Rams for Jared Goff and some first-round picks. But there's a debate going on in the NFL world if Matthew Stafford is a good quarterback or if he just put up good numbers on a bad team. I think it's a little bit of both. I think he is a good quarterback. He just really never had the right coach or pieces at the same time. And he also did put up a lot of garbage time numbers, which him and Calvin Johnson were known for. So it'd be cool. It's going to be exciting to see what he does with the Rams this year because they are supposed to contend, which would be probably the first time in Matthew Stafford's career because the Lions were never serious contenders ever or even considered contenders. And I think he only made the playoffs twice in Detroit. Is it clear that we're trying to run out this clock? Because that's literally all we're doing in the second half. We just moving the ball, keeping the clock running.
To the line with an empty backfield. Short run, and it's a touchdown.
And now I have 9 rushing touchdowns for the season. Again, we got 5 games. Cam Newton set the record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in the season with 14. In season 1 and 2, I got 13 each. This year, I'm trying to break it with 15. I got 5 games to go. I just need 6 more. And then I break his record. So that's another record I could break. This is the season of broken... Oh, whoa! Bad throw. I knew those were going to come back and bite me in the butt. That was a bad throw. Darius Slay read that great. And they got another 3 points. So I guess I'll just pick it up with my legs, but also run on the bounce. 117 rushing yards today. And we got multiple running backs in at wide receiver. And our offensive line decides not to block. I think this is like our third or fourth straight game with 5 passing touchdowns in the game. Should 1 tackle and fumble the ball. Luckily, our offensive line recovers it, and we're at the 2-minute warning. We were trying to pick up the first down, just run out this clock as much as possible. And we get sacked. 4th and 14. We're going for it. This is probably a bad call. The coach probably gets mad up about these. Especially when I do not pick them up. Oh, man. That was a bad play by me. Nobody was open. We have our short on wide receivers. And I make a bad call, bad play. We get the ball back. They don't score at all. And now we're just going to continue to move the ball and run out this clock. That's the whole point of the second half. Yeah, now they know I'm going to run. So now they're going to play that. Okay. The Lions have been blitzing all game. Have been playing this weird zone to prevent me from running. And no matter what they do on defense, it's not working until late in the fourth quarter where they get every sack they want. I don't know if my offensive line is just tired or what. Alright, Justin Blackman's open. Oh, I thought he was going to spin away and get to the end zone. Yeah, I used my last timeout. We're trying to score again. You got to get Cotton Deacon a couple more touches. Oh, he doesn't get in. Oh, the clock's running. Let's see if we can go to him one more time. Get him another touchdown this year. He's having a better year than Jones-Drew. And I think going forward, because right now Jones-Drew's in 83, Deacon's in 82. I think next year Deacon becomes our starter. Alright, that's it, folks. We win 56-13. Another Thanksgiving blowout that I've witnessed for the Lions. Witnessed Tom Brady destroy him in person. And now as Tebow, we have destroyed them on Thanksgiving. I don't get how he's the player of the game. When I've won multiple player of the weeks, I've never seen anybody else on the team win player of the week. But for some reason, I'm not considered the player of the game. Anyways, come back for the next video. We're going to be playing the Bills. I appreciate everybody's support. And if you enjoyed it,